We've sounded the alarm in this show about the decrepit state of New York City's Penn Station. It's the busiest train station in this country. It should be great because this country is great, but it's not. It's filthy, filled with waste, and we said as much on this show. Have you been to Penn Station recently?
It's in my district.
It's like a homeless shelter. It's disgusting.
It's in my district.
So why are you wasting? So you give these speeches, and I just read one where you're like, Trump is bad. By the way, ignore the guy living, under the ATM machine or relieving himself.
Oh.
Dead serious question. Have you been to the men's room in Penn Station? Well, to our surprise and happiness, really, Amtrak, which operates Penn Station, called us and said they had revamped the place and cleaned up its men's rooms. We wanted to see if that was true, so we sent the intrepid Brett Larson to investigate. Here's what he found.
It's not every day you get an invite for an exclusive one-on-one tour of the men's bathrooms in New York's notorious Penn Station. So eager to show us their newly renovated bathrooms, they threw up the police barricades and cleared out the customers. And had us meet them at 3 a.m. Well, how could we pass that up? In the middle of the night, we got a very close-up and personal demo of the new all-in-one sinks.
You start off with soap here, then you move to the next step, water.
Technology's fun.
But remember, Penn Station is notorious for its problem with homelessness. The down and out and drug abusers come here each night to hang out. The place literally becomes a homeless encampment in the winter. And guess where they go to bathe each night? That's when we notice the new sink designs.
These aren't very deep, so I'm guessing you're not going to splash water. Yeah, or you probably couldn't even splash water in your face under there. No, you could not get under there.
Yeah, it's not a very comfortable thing. That's obviously not what it's built for.
Yep, no chance of getting an arm or leg under that thing. Amtrak was eager to tell us how they've evolved, how Penn Station is becoming more of a destination transit hub and less of a third world slum.
We don't want people to necessarily feel that way or have that opinion. We want to invoke a great experience, that you're not only coming from the train, but you're getting off the train as well, that the journey doesn't end just off the train.
Exit the fancy new restrooms, and it's the same old intimidating Penn Station of yesteryear. Exit on 7th Avenue, and you're greeted with people sleeping on the floor. Exit on 8th Avenue, same deal. And there's this, opposite Madison Square Garden, dozens of homeless people camping out for the night, others seemingly up to no good at all. Not everyone dislikes Penn Station, however.
I do like Penn Station. It's a nice, clean station, good for departures, good for, your destinations.
We had one last question for the Amtrak guy.
Any filters to get rid of the pee smell in the actual terminals? Or is that part of the nostalgia? It smells like urine when you're walking around sometimes.
No, I mean, obviously we're looking at everything to make a better customer experience.
A better customer experience. That's what you're going to get in that restroom, as well as the women's restroom, newly renovated at Penn Station. As for the rest of Penn Station, that transit hub here in the middle of Manhattan, one of the most expensive cities in the country, if not, and also one of the most expensive cities in the world, it is still the same old dump, as we saw there at 3 in the morning. But Tucker, you know this. It doesn't matter if it's 3 in the morning or 3 in the afternoon or rush hour or a weekend day. Penn Station is always disgusting, and frankly, it's embarrassing. When you take Amtrak from D.C., you get on at the beautiful Union Station, which is this gorgeous train station that's been restored. Grand Central Station, if you go in the main hall, is beautiful. You get off in Penn Station, and it feels like you've arrived in some terrible hellscape. And maybe the monkeys did win, or the apes rather, from Planet of the Apes. That's why, you're just walking out, you're like, what is this?
We should have more self-respect than that.
We really should. It's embarrassing. It's totally embarrassing. And congrats to Amtrak for new bathrooms, but, there's a lot more to Penn Station than 2 restrooms.
Well, you're a brave man, Brett. Thank you for doing that for us.
Thanks, Tucker.
Appreciate
Thanks, of course.
Time for Final Exam. Up next, former White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer competing tonight. Can you beat him at remembering what happened this week? Try it next.